Hello fellow friends, this is Daniel Vieira from Mammoth Interactive. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about variables. But first, let's define what a variable is. A variable is a storage location at the computer memory associated with a symbolic name. Think of a label tag that's associated with a value. Let's create our first variable in Python. We need to choose a name. Let's say book title. Variable names must not contain spaces. They must be made up of only letters, numbers, and underscore, and they cannot begin with a number. So, our name is valid. The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. When we create a variable, under the hood, the system allocates a storage area in memory and binds it with the symbol, or the name, in this case book title, that we chose. In Python, we both declare and assign variables at the same time. When we assign a value to a variable, we are storing a reference to an object, the value, in memory. But let's not be so technical. In other words, variables are used to store values so we can use them later. Python is a dynamically typed language, so we don't need to explicitly declare types when assigning variables. Python handles this automatically for us at runtime. In this course, we are going to talk about numeric types, sequence types, and mapping types. Let's talk first about numeric types. The first type of numeric types are integer types. Let's create a new variable. We're going to call it banana, and we are going to assign an integer value to our banana variable. Let's print the contents of our banana variable. Let's add a message to the user. Number of bananas. Now we're going to use the concatenation operator to concatenate string text, and we're going to show our banana. Here we have an error. We can't concatenate a string value with an integer value, but let's run the program anyway so we can see the error. The error happens on line 7. Type error can't convert int object to str or string implicitly. We need to explicitly convert it to str. So we just add str method and we explicitly convert it to a string value. This operation is also called cast or casting. Let's run our program again. And now the correct output is shown as expected. Number of bananas is 12. The next number type are floating point numbers. The main difference between integers and floating point numbers is that float numbers have a decimal point. Let's create a new variable and let's assign a floating point or a float number to it, 29.95. Let's also print price is. Again, we need to cast it to string before we can properly concatenate the value. Let's run it again. The price is 29.95. As strange as it might seem initially, Our next number type, Boolean types, are actually a special case of the integer numbers. 1 corresponds to true and 0 corresponds to false. We use Boolean values as the result of relational operators or comparison operators, or operations. Let's show it. True equals 1. True equals 1. Let's copy and paste so we can save some time. False equals 0. False equals 0. Let's run the program. Oops. Let's add in the space here and a column here and run it again. False equals 0, true. True equals 1, true, as we expected. Let's now perform some logical comparisons. Let's add a new line. For this, we are going to use the escape character new line. You use a slash and the escape character you want. I have already added some print statements with the comparisons that we want to do, so we can save some time. 2 equals 2. 2 is greater than 5. 10 is different from 11. And true is different from false. Let's run our program and see the results. 2 equals 2. True. 2 is greater than 5. False. 10 is different than 11. True. True is different from false. True. The next and last number type are complex numbers. Let's define a new complex number. Let's call it z. And z equals to 3 plus 5j. Let's print z is a complex number. Let's cast it to string. And let's print the results. Z is a complex number. Complex numbers have a real part and an imaginary part. Let's also print the imaginary and the real part. Z is a complex number, real part is 3, and imaginary part is 5. Let's now clear the contents of our program and the console area, and let's perform some arithmetic operators. Like many other languages, in Python, we use the following mathematical operators with numbers to do mathematical operators: addition, subtraction, division, power, and modulo. I already wrote some examples. Let's run it and see the results. 2 plus 2 equals 4, 2 minus 2 equals 0, 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5, a float number, 2 power 2 equals 4, and 5 modulo 2 equals 1. This is the remainder of the division. In this lesson, I give you a brief introduction to Python free variables. In the next lesson, we are going to talk about strings. Thank you very much for watching.